Good morning, everyone. My name is Luca, and today we're going to talk about 3D scanning. I hope it is going to be useful. We're going to start from the basics because a lot of other webinars are going to follow. And if you have specific questions, we might be able to focus on them. So, to start, I quickly introduce myself. And the reason why you see me here is that in the last few years, it was possible to work in hundreds of applications with 3D scanning for a variety of industries. And we're going to share as much as we learn in this process with you. And hopefully, this is a good tool and a fast tool for you to get into 3D scanning or learn more or get in touch for questions. Now, you will see the presentation. It's short, and I hope it's going to be useful. Today, we're going to cover a few different points. What is 3D scanning and what we can use it for? What is reverse engineering? What is the acquisition process? And what product to use for what application? You know that Shining3D has a variety of tools, and some of them are better than others for specific industries. Especially, it depends on the size. But let's start from the first question. So, what is 3D scanning? What can I use it for? 3D scanning allows you to digitize a physical object and give you one file, one shape that has the digital characteristics of the real one. I mean, you can extract data like shapes, sizes, material information such as colors and textures. And it is important to say that all these scanners work contactless, so you don't need to touch your items in any way. There are different technologies, especially those we're going to see are structured light or laser. Going to the second question, what is reverse engineering? Most of you are going to use 3D scanning for improving existing parts. So in a way, this is reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is when we decompose a shape, a complex shape, in many simple geometries in order to discover the design that shapes it, and also being able to improve it, change it, fix it. Very often, most of the times, we have to deal with spare parts. So broken parts that need to be fixed and reproduced, especially if they are from automotive in the 60s. We can imagine that there are not designs, but we do have the physical parts. So we can reproduce them with 3D scanning. So the main industries for reverse engineering are, of course, manufacturing, maintenance, aerospace, and automotive. We have seen in the last year also healthcare to be very interested in these technologies because in a way or in another, if we have to scan a body part, we do need to extract the sizes of the forearm, as an example, to actually rebuild exactly the cast around it. So in a way, the two industries, healthcare and automotive, are also matching in this process. What is going to be yours? We're going to be able to help you understanding the process, but also understanding what is eventually an investment that we can think of in the future. Going on with, what is the acquisition process? It is important to focus on the acquisition process because it is a different part than the post-processing. So the acquisition process is literally, as we're going to see soon with this machine, is literally the process of having on monitor your point cloud and save it in your hard drive so that you can extract the mesh later on. We're going to focus today on the acquisition process first. So the workflow is prepare your parts, start scanning. It takes a few minutes when it's well made. and then generate the point cloud. In that moment, you're able to create many layers and then attach them. When you attach them and they overlap, they're going to give, the process is finished. Then you can extract the mesh later on offline, even not at the client. This is a way to be very fast and precise also. The workflow starts, of course, with extracting the point cloud, which we do inside this software, which is free. Also, the updates are free. It's always included with the scanner, and you can install it in multiple workstations. And then once you have saved your point cloud inside the same software, it's possible to produce the mesh and post-process it. I mean, simplify it, position it, and be able to extract a fractal geometry that is going to be imported in your CAD environment. What happens with the red bundles, and the reason why you see sometimes that we have the scanners standalone or with a bundle called RED, that stands for Reverse Engineer and Design Bundle, is that when we extract this mesh, it's possible to simplify the process by importing it into GeoMagick and then extract the CAD data from that software. So so GeoMagick Essential does not design for you. It's something you do have to perform in your 3D software, but it does help extracting lines, polylines, T-splines, and step files, EGS, and also calculate deviation for you. So it's very basic, but also very useful. So the acquisition process starts with your canvas here completely black. As soon as you, we're showing the HX today because this part has different materials. So we're going to use lasers, and that's why you see markers. But the software here has a very similar workflow for all the Shining3D products. When you are going to press play the first time, you're going to have a preview, but the play button has 3 functions. So it's preview, start recording, and stop recording. First time, press and release. You're going to see on monitor what you're going to, the shapes. When you see, it gives you back some data, it means you can start moving freely. And the part you aim to digitize is simply going to appear on your monitor instantly. It is handy to be able to move it so that you're going to be soon able to see many details of even complex machinery. Once you're done, or if you're tired, simply press play again. The scan is saved. You can now cut and remove the parts that you don't want to keep, such as the wall in the back. And then accept and click the squarish button to generate the point cloud. Once you generate the point cloud, your job is simply done. Change position of the model and scan again. The software is going to merge the 2 point clouds together and extract a watertight mesh automatically. So what product to use for what application? Now we have the Shining HX here. This is a scanner with 2 technologies in one product that makes it very versatile, and it has another huge point. It has a very large field of view. That means if you want to cover a wide area, it's much faster because it can see features much better than a multifunctional scanner that has a smaller field of view. The multifunctional scanner, though, allows you to frame also items that are 6, 7, 8 centimeters wide on the tuning table nearly automatically. It's something that the HX will struggle with. So firstly, when we think of applications, we have to think on the size that mainly we have to digitize, the size of the models. These machinery or small gears, they have the same workflow, but we might be faster with something that has been created for that size. Of course, also materials, secondly, really play an important role in the acquisition process, but we can deal with them a lot by coating them with some coating sprays. And the technology on coating sprays has been advancing so much in the last few years that now we have self-vanishing coating sprays. So you don't need even to clean it after all. Of course, there are some applications where it's not possible to coat these parts, and it will be necessary to think it up front. When we talk about applications for reverse engineering, we need to think of two specific tools: the multifunctional HD Pro and the handle scanner HX. Those two devices, since they deliver the best accuracy, they have been combined with Geomagic Essential and the main tools you need to perform in-house or at the client 3D scan with ease. It's of course possible to do a demo. A lot of clients and companies are appreciating to ship parts directly at the Digital Fabrication Center, where we can digitize them and ship them back to you, and you're also going to receive the files with a description of what we have done and which tools we found useful for that specific application. We found out it is very useful and it is time saving. It is an opportunity we have, but of course we can finally meet again, and it will be nice to meet up in person too. Thank you very much. Please don't hesitate to ask questions.